I got a little time on my hands. I always hear like, yo, super. Why you don't never talk about what you've been through in regards to like my time I spent in federal prison? And sometimes I broach on it, but the type of nigga I am, I never really wanted to like use that as a median for like who I am. But a lot of people be asking me to talk about that shit, so I'm gonna start giving y'all more content, telling y'all about my first trip to the feds, which I ended up doing 10 years straight in, on my 20s. So that shit was crazy. I ended up catching a bank robbery charge in connection with a RICO case, and it sat me down for all my 20s. I was 20 when I first got booked, and my first time in federal prison, man, that shit. I'm not glorifying it, but I feel like for the life that I was living, I think I needed that structure because I was above reproach. I didn't want to hear nothing. Young hard-headed nigga. You know what they say, that a hard head make a soft ass. I needed to, go through whatever I was gonna go through to map out how I was gonna figure out my life. And like I said, I was 21 when I got to my first prison, you know, and that shit was just like a foreign situation. Like that's why I always felt Wallow when he used to say about how he did his time, that you really gotta normalize what's not normal, cause you'll go crazy, especially if you got some tick to do. Now, if you scared big and you got 18 months, 24 months type shit, cause the Fed time it going months. So if you got 18 months, 24 months, I ain't talking about you type of niggas. I'm talking about niggas that you gonna be going for 10 summers at least. You gotta really normalize, especially if you not one of them niggas that's been going to jail. Like, I don't care if you was going to youth facilities as a kid, that shit does not prepare you for some of the grown man shit you gonna see, or some of the grown man shit you got to stand on. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, I was 21 when I got to my first prison. My first prison was Raybrook in New York. That shit is in the mountains. When they say the feds hide you, they hide you. Like, I was there. I ended up staying at Raybrook for like 4 years. And it got to the point, Raybrook is built in the middle of a mountain. So everything around you, when you look outside the gates, is you're surrounded by mountains. I had been up there so long that I used to ask the COs, like, yo, which way is home? Like, which way is New Jersey? You feel what I'm saying? And they used to make jokes because down south white people, they not the most racist people. It be the mountain white people that grow up in these mountain towns across America, and they not really familiar with black people. So they'll laugh and say shit like, shit, we don't even have to kill you. All we gotta do is just let you go, and you'll probably die from the elements if the town people don't kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of area I was in. Raybrook is like 40 miles from Canada, so the weather is extreme. It was a wild situation, like being a kid, and then on top of everything in the feds is politics. So, like I said, I'm not here to glorify this. I might deter somebody from going the route that I went, but because a lot of this new wave generation, a lot of stuff how I came up, it wasn't flying, and a lot of stuff I was accustomed to. Once I got in them walls, I had to actually like really redesign and remap my whole situation, like from the politics to being around gangs. Niggas think they gang banging. I ain't seen gang banging until I started meeting Mexicans from LA, like the ones you see on the movies with all the tattoos on their face. Like, my first day in the prison, I seen acts of violence that was crazy, but the whole situation was nothing prepared me for that. Like, and then another thing with these people, if a nigga tell you his first time going to prison, he wasn't nervous, or he wasn't a little, you had a little trepidation, you lying. Like, I don't give a fuck how hard you was, especially if you don't know what you expecting, because that shit is dangerous in there. And like, I was seeing stuff that I wasn't prepared for. Like, I remember the first time I went to a championship basketball game, and how the feds do is like, they'll have unit basketball teams, and they'll have championship games in the gym. You feel what I'm saying? And damn near the whole jail will be out there. Niggas out there with knives, niggas doing all types of stuff. And I remember I was with my old head, and I walked by, and I'm just giving y'all the mindset of me being a 21-year-old kid still coming to federal prison. I'm 9 hours from home. I'm around niggas that got life. I'm around niggas that got 60 years, 30 years. So me with my little 11 years, that shit, I was a fucking baby. Like I was a little baby. So we in the championship game, you feel what I'm saying? And I ended up stop going to these games too. I'll touch on that probably later on down the line. So we in the game, and it's the first time, I'm not homophobic or none of that. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas is gay, that is what it is. So I'm knowing niggas is gay in jail, but as a kid, this is my first time watching a grown man that'll stab you till his fucking arm fall off or his arm gets sore, kiss another grown man in his mouth. And I'm like baffled. Like watching a nigga walk around holding a nigga pocket. I was like baffled by this, and my old head stopped me like, yo, bro, mind your fucking business, bro. Like, mind your business. Like, if you not gay. So I'm like, bro, like, why you saying that? He like, bro, cause you putting yourself in a position for, if one of them punks say something to you, now you into it with some punks because you couldn't mind your business, bro. Just understand that you gonna be here for a while and you gonna see some shit that you can't make sense of. So that shit, the mind my business thing, it took me a long way, because seeing crash outs and seeing niggas get stabbed and seeing just situations from niggas not minding their business, that was like, I think that was the biggest gem that niggas gave me when I came down, was to just mind your business, stay in your lane. Okay, you not gay, that don't have nothing to do with you. You not gang banging, these gang politics don't have nothing to do with you. You not racist, just stay in your lane. Your paperwork good. Oh yeah, they checking paperwork too. So that was another thing to, even before you even, I think I skipped the part and I'm all over the place with this shit. But that was like the biggest thing establishing when I first came to the federal custody. Cause it's not like the state. I feel like the state is more disarray. Like, you gonna fuck with your city, or you gonna fuck with, and then niggas be tucking rats, and niggas that know a nigga ratted from their city. And the feds is not like that. It's like when you in one of these high active yards and it's politics for you to even live there, and niggas don't care if you gonna stay to yourself. For you to live around amongst the men, you got to show your paperwork. You feel what I'm saying? So once everything that was clear with that, it just was a learning experience. And FCI Raybrook, that shit taught me a lot. Like as a kid coming in, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit taught me manners. It taught me respect. It took that naiveness from me, that I feel like shit can't happen. I done seen a nigga get crashed out so bad that this nigga was like damn near on life support for 6 months. And then when he came to, and it was a Muslim brother, when he came to, his peoples had to teach him how to talk, how to walk. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the things that's happening in these jails. You feel what I'm saying? And for these young niggas, y'all drilling, y'all doing all this crazy ass shit and just going crazy, man. You need to think, because these people, they gonna put you somewhere, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't even be hard. Like, y'all be having guns and be thinking y'all like that, man. You got some niggas that's been down since. Just imagine being locked up and you a kid with a nigga that ain't been home since 1992, and all he do is work out, and he angry because whatever he going through with his family structure, his bitch done left him, got married, his kids don't fuck with him. You in there with a bunch of men like that, and then on top of that, you in the feds, and you not even in your state. So now you around, you'll luck up to get a home state. Me, a person like me, when I went to jail, I didn't do none of my time in New Jersey. I came home from Texas. So that just tell you a lot, like right there. Like, that shit like really structured me. Like, I didn't, like, I go in, like, the next time I pop it, or I jump on this joint, I talk more about certain stuff, like exact stories. But I just wanted to broach, like, yeah, I did 11 years. I was 20 when I got shipped off. I came home when I was 30, and it just was a learning, humbling experience. And sometimes not every knock in the road is the hair and be all. Like, sometimes you'll come out of situations smelling like roses. Sometimes you need to go through shit. My mom used to always tell me, if you ain't been through nothing, you don't know nothing. So going through that, I say that to say it was a learning experience. I met a lot of good men that put me in a lot of good positions. And you know, I'm gonna just touch more on that. So